What's up, everyone? This is Tony with JRNYcrypto. So I think a common goal for everyone in the crypto space is to get their crypto and NFT portfolio up to $1 million value and more. So in this video, we're going to talk about exactly that, how I personally did this, and how I sped up this process and had a much higher success rate. So before we jump into this video, I do appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified for regular crypto videos. So with the crypto space looking so good lately, everything on a general uptrend, I definitely think altcoins are going to start blasting off soon, and I do think we are going to see a surge in Bitcoin, retesting the previous all-time high within the next month here. So depending on how things really go, that's definitely going to be great for the crypto space, and I think as soon as we do start testing previous all-time highs, that's when it's going to be very obvious that we are going to $100,000 Bitcoin, especially with all the mass adoption happening and everything in general that is coming to cryptocurrency. So many companies working on their own crypto products and services, and this is going to bring so many more users, and very important is accessibility as well, which we are getting more at a steady rate. So I see huge growth potential in both the crypto and NFT space going forward, at least for the next year and a half or so. And I do believe as the metaverse develops and more crypto related services and accessibility becomes available, both crypto and the NFT space will be rising together. So of course we will have peaks, and this will be moving in waves where volume dies down. There isn't as much hype. We see this in the NFT space really bad, where we pretty much see peak volume for just 2 or 3 days, and then it crashes back to where it levels out for the next month or so. And then more waves come as there's big announcements or influencers getting into these NFT projects. So if you want to become a millionaire in the crypto and NFT space, one of my top recommendations is to get as integrated into the space as possible and put as much time as possible into researching and understanding the space. You should put at least 100 hours into research and watching these cryptocurrencies before you start moving large amounts of money around, especially if you're a smaller investor and you can't afford to lose that money. So you definitely want to be on Twitter for both cryptocurrencies and NFTs. For crypto projects, this is generally where they're going to drop their announcements first, so you can make some quick flips if you do catch this on time. Just browsing Twitter, you might actually see something pretty big. This has happened to me multiple times in both crypto and NFTs. So also with NFTs, I just happened to be browsing Twitter one night, 2 a.m. on a Friday night, and I saw people talking about minting Bored Ape Yacht Club, and that happened to be my best investment of 2021 and possibly my best investment ever at this point. So you can catch some pretty crazy stuff just browsing Twitter. So I do recommend that, getting on here and getting integrated, becoming active in the community, following as many good accounts as possible. You guys can just go to my profile here and just check out who I'm following, and there will be recommendations on Twitter and the sidebars and everything. Follow as many people as you can that do provide good value. So if you guys end up following me on Twitter, I do regular crypto and NFT giveaways. I'm trying to get one big giveaway going once per week here, and I do post here more throughout the day, and generally you will find info on crypto and NFT projects I'm looking at before you'll find out here on YouTube. So definitely recommend that. That's definitely one of my best tips, and where I've picked up some of my best investments is just browsing Twitter and following the right accounts and being active in the community in general. So I also recommend getting on Discord, especially for NFTs. Just be very careful in Discord. This is where the majority of scams are happening for NFTs. So my next major tip here is to have a solid entry and exit strategy. This is extremely important to your long-term success in the markets, and this will also help you avoid emotional trading. So everyone talks about having an exit strategy, but I think more important than that is the entry strategy, especially if you're a long-term trader. So this article on Investopedia, simple and effective exit trading strategies. So traders spend hours fine-tuning entry strategies, but then blow out their accounts, taking bad exits. In fact, most of us lack effective exit planning, often getting shaken out at the worst possible price. So this will generally happen because retail investors trade out of emotion. So when there's mass panic in the markets, that's when they're questioning their investment the most, and that's when they're most likely to act on this because everyone else is. And pretty much they're going to be dumping at the bottom there, and that's generally where you want to flip this psychology and be buying there, and then be taking profits when everyone is being greedy and we're on the way up. So by doing this and staggering your orders, you can definitely be a much more successful trader in the long term, and this is why it's one of my top recommendations to trading up to $1 million, you have to have an effective entry and exit strategy. So I actually did a full video on this going over my personal entry and exit strategy for long-term success. If you guys head over to my channel, it's the pinned video here. And I do recommend going down below and going to my cryptocurrency guides playlist, which I will link in the top right of this video as well. And I have around 20 or more videos here, constantly adding new videos for guides that can help you guys get started in the crypto space and be more successful in the long term. So that brings us to our next tip, which is avoiding emotional investing. This is very important. This going hand in hand with having a good entry and exit strategy will definitely help you be much more successful in the long term, no matter what projects you're actually trading. So investors seem to have a knack for piling into investments at a market top and selling at the bottoms because it is not uncommon to get entangled in media hype or fear. So if you are able to actually understand this and flip this psychology, you're generally going to be able to make better decisions, especially if you're dollar cost averaging as well, which is why I do highly recommend going over that video on my channel that is pinned. It goes over how I dollar cost average while having an entry and exit strategy and actually reversing this psychology. That's exactly what you want to be doing. No matter what projects you're going into, applying that will definitely help you have a higher success rate for the long term. So investing based on emotion, greed, or fear is the main reason why so many people are buying at market tops and selling at market bottoms. And if you do look at the crypto charts, it's basically a direct reflection of the general emotion of retail investors. So as things are spiking up and going parabolic, that is extreme fear or greed. And as things are tanking into a bear market, that is extreme fear. And if you do flip that and you're buying the fear and selling the greed, while dollar cost averaging, that generally will make out for a much better portfolio in the long term. So this says this as well. Dollar cost averaging and diversification are two approaches that investors can implement to make consistent decisions that are not driven by emotion. So definitely understand this and apply this no matter what projects you're looking into. So this next tip is pretty obvious, but it makes all the difference in your return on investment, and that's being ahead of the herd. I do have multiple videos on these topics if you do check out that crypto guides playlist. So I do think we're very early to the NFT space. I did a tweet on this a couple hours ago, and I did a very important video on NFTs a couple days ago. I do recommend checking that out. Some more great info on there on why we're so early to NFTs, and I do think another huge surge in volume is coming. So you want to acquire blue chip NFTs until the metaverse further develops and becomes mainstream. We're still very early here, and I definitely think the metaverse is where NFTs will be getting their main utility. Imagine being in virtual reality, being able to go to your favorite artist's house or famous actor or something, going to their virtual house in the metaverse and being able to see all of their verified NFTs on display. That is going to be massive for the NFT space. So personally, I got into the NFT space expecting to hold multiple years out before I really saw any huge profits. Of course, we did hit the NFT gold rush, and we're seeing massive return on investment on a lot of NFT sets in just a few months period of time, which I definitely think isn't going to last. But like I said, I think this will come in waves. And as we approach mainstream adoption for the metaverse, that's really when some of these blue chip sets are going to be blasting off. But like Gary Vee said, a lot of these sets are not going to make it. They're going to go to zero, or they're just going to drop a ton in value. So just be very aware of that and be very careful of what projects you get into. If you don't understand the collectible mindset, then you should definitely stick to cryptocurrency altcoins because they're much more liquid and you can take profit and invest much easier as well. So if you guys want more guidance in the NFT space and to get ahead of the herd, I am launching my own membership NFT end of month. This will also give you access to minting future sets that I launch. I have 2 more sets in the works, and I'm already planning out multiple years of utility for these NFTs. And I'm planning a full company, hiring a full staff, and I have huge things that are going to be huge for the entire NFT space, not just my personal NFT sets. So I will give you guys more information on those as we get closer to launching. Just keep in mind, there's already scammers out there impersonating this. There's fake membership NFT sets on OpenSea, and I'll only announce these on my official Twitter and YouTube account. Don't believe anything else that you see anywhere else. So that pretty much sums it up on all my main tips on how to be successful in the crypto NFT space in the long term and grow that crypto portfolio to $1 million value or more. It's definitely possible for any average investor. I did it myself. starting on a very small amount in 2017, just trading my way up and implementing all of these different strategies. My last main tip here is to just enjoy the journey and don't let this stress you out too much. Don't be checking your portfolio value and the crypto prices 20 times a day if that stresses you out, unless you're actually day trading and it's necessary, or you're looking to make an entry or exit in the market. Then that's generally when you want to be watching the prices. You can also set up alerts and just set it aside so it's not stressing you out, and use that time to do proper research and further your crypto experience. If you don't actually enjoy what you're doing, then it's going to be much harder to be successful, especially in a space like this where it could be very stressful and everything moves 100 miles per hour and things can change day by day. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys found it useful. If you did, I do appreciate if you guys liked the video. Comment below, let me know what you thought about this video. If you want to add any tips to this, I appreciate that. Share this with friends and family that would also find this useful and help them become better crypto traders for the long term. Everything helps the channel grow, and it also helps the crypto space thrive as a whole. The more educated we get as a whole, the better we're going to do in the long term as well. As you guys know, the crypto charts are a direct reflection of retail investor emotion. So as we get more educated, then we will do better in the long term. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.